What is up, everybody? My name is Harry Rice. Welcome back to the stream. Tonight, the Montreal Canadiens played their 5th preseason game of the year, and yeah, we got some more stuff to talk about. Possibly injuries. Definitely some injuries for the Senators, but the Canadiens, not really so much, thankfully, this time. And yeah, so aside from that, there was a game. It was fun-ish. Parts of it were, at least I should say. So yeah, if anybody comes by to the stream, you guys just say hello. I'll shout you out and let's have some fun. So tonight's game, we were at home. We played the Ottawa Senators, and yeah, if you're new here, I will say, like usual, for some reason I'm off my game so far this opening stream. The opening for the stream, I should say. If you're new here, how we do this is we go through the game, the lines for both teams. I go through my little game summary, recap, analysis, whatever you want to call it. And then, yeah, I go through the stats for the Canadiens, and then we work here. Jacob coming in saying Stutzle over Xhekaj? Nah, bro, no. Not a chance. Stutzle is not at all better than Xhekaj. Not at all, dude. No shot. So yeah, we're going to get into it. Like I said, if you guys got any comments or questions, put them in the chat. I'll feel free to answer. I'll answer them whenever they come in. So yeah. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Waugh, Dach, Armia, Heineman, Evans, Gallagher, Barry Boulay, Dvorak, Kapanen, and Pezzetta, Kandata, and Tuck. Kandata and Tuck both called up from Laval from the start of the Rockets training camp to play in this game tonight. Engstrom, Savard, Struble, Barron, and Xhekaj Mayu were on the blue line for this game, and Caden Primo would get the start in net. Flash would back him up. Thought he was going to get the second half, but no. It was Primo all the way for the Canadiens. The opening lines for the Senators were Tkachuk, Stutzle, Batherson, Greig, Norris, Perron, or at least we thought it was going to be Perron. He actually didn't play, and I don't think I have the full lines without him, which would kind of suck. Yeah, I don't have the lines. Wait. Nope. We do. Habs eyes on the prize. Have the lines. Never mind, they don't. It's still with David Perron in the lineup. So I apologize. For the first time, actually in a long time, I don't have the accurate lines, surprisingly. But Highmore, Pinto, Amadio, I don't know what I'm talking about, and Gregoire, Godet, and McEwen were on the fourth line. Sanderson, Yakimchuk, so the 18-year-old being given a lot of responsibility tonight. Shabbat, Zub, and Clevin Jensen were on the blue line. Linus Ullmark would get the start in net tonight. He'd go all the way just like Primo. And Anton Forsberg backs him up, as he should get used to doing, is what I put in my notes. Sons, how's it going, man? With face blue smiling. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Before the game, we've got some stuff to talk about. So, first off, it was announced earlier in the afternoon that David Reinbacher is out 5 to 6 months after undergoing surgery to his left knee, which, that sucks. Yeah, Reinbacher, wishing the best for him. Genuinely sucks that he's out for basically the rest of the season, basically most of the season. He probably comes back for, maybe 10 games for Laval's season if he's lucky. That sucks. However, the good news, Julian Planta, I support Xhekaj 100%. Absolutely, me too, my good sir. The good news, though, is that Patrick Laine's really gnarly looking injury, he only suffered a strain. He's out just 2 to 3 months, so basically going to be out until probably January, maybe February. But yeah, so he's only out 2 to 3 months. That puts him at actually December to January is when he comes back. So thankfully, it's not as bad as it looked. And Reinbacher's is unfortunately an instance of it being worse than it looks. Unfortunately, it's a Kirby Dach type situation with Reinbacher. And yeah, so that really sucks. Into the actual game, the Senators actually get a power play 23 seconds in. Savard gets called for a high stick on Noah Gregoire. Unfortunately, just a bit of a lazy play. It's just one of those where you have your stick and you keep it in the air, thinking nobody's around, just gets him. He was fine, Gregoire, thankfully. Sens don't get any shots. The Habs do have a clear after a Dvorak shot block that stung. The Habs end up being 1-for-1 on the penalty kill. And after the penalty kill, they actually end up getting momentum. There's a good shot stopped by Ullmark. Habs get some good sticks to break up a couple passes. And then Stutzle takes down Gallagher in the corner. Somehow Stutzle's helmet ends up getting pulled off in the process. That was fun. It stayed on the ice for like 3-4 minutes, so Stutzle couldn't take the usual shift for a little bit. There's then a 2-on-1 for the Canadiens as Alex Barré-Boulet passes to Gallagher. I thought Barré-Boulet should have shot. He had open space. He wanted to take a couple shots, so clearly Marty told him, or somebody told him, hey, if you got a chance to take a shot, take the shot. Habs causing some more turnovers. The Sens just didn't click early in this game. I'll say, for the first half, very Montreal-centric. When there was offensive chances, it was very much leaning in Montreal's favor. Second half of the game, once it happened, we'll get into what happened in the second. The game really turned for the Senators. Weirdly, despite how the shots ended up being, it very much did turn for the Senators, unfortunately, into the late stages of the game. Thought I might have gotten the score wrong on my counter up here. Thankfully, I didn't. Dach has a real impressive shift, despite 3 Senators going after him. He keeps the puck on the stick. I apologize that I'm yawning. I've only been up like 6 hours, and I'm going off like 5 hours of sleep. I apologize. I was up late last night working on stuff for December, so I apologize for that. But Dach looks ready. He looks like he's back to full health, so that's awesome. Hopefully he continues that way. Habs press tuck off the side of the net, goes 8 minutes in. We then go to commercial after there's a long range stop by Primo. Sens press off the face-off. There's a good stop by Primo as the Canadiens, as the Senators drive through traffic. Both teams going back and forth, a little bit of physicality halfway through the period. Habs then almost get a break for Armia, but there's a good stick by the Sens that break up a 2-on-1. Sens press, Habs go back the other way, and we score. Jake Evans off Carter Yakimchuk. That is a great pass by the Senators rookie. Finds Jake Evans. Right at the blue line, just walks in right down the middle basically, wrists it, boom, gets it past Linus Ullmark. Habs take the 1-0 lead, legitimately, unassisted, 13:05 into the first period. Habs look for a 2-0 lead right away. Julian, by the way, yes, indeed, Dach is a hell of a player. Love to see that. Dach tries to set something up, but there not many shots, weirdly, after the goal. Really was a very calm first period. Both teams kind of figured like, hey, or at least at this point, just hey, let's just get through the game. Let's just preseason's too long. We play Saturday. We know both teams are gonna be playing that day. Let's just get through this one. Heineman though says, no, I'm kind of fighting for a job here. He turns on the Jets. Great speed. He gets hooked off of a break shot. Habs go to the power play. It's Sanderson called for the hook. Thought maybe should have been a penalty shot, but I completely understand why they just call it a regular penalty. Julian, thank you, man. I'm glad that you're enjoying the moving news ticker at the bottom. I was actually, funny enough, before the first preseason game, I was going to change the font because this was just like a demo. This is just like the demo look that I had. So that's why the generic Arial font is what it is, the font I'm using. But I kind of like it like this. I kind of like it because you can see it. It's not trying to be fancy. It's just boom. You can see what the news is, and I think this is also going to be a good way for me to keep up with stuff that's going on around the league. Because last year I felt like I was kind of not paying attention to the league at certain points in the season. So me needing to keep up with that to put some stuff at the bottom, I think is going to be really. It's going to be a good way for not only me to really up my knowledge about the game in the NHL, further than what it already might be, as some people think, which I appreciate that. But it's also, it looks cool, like you said, Julian. It looks cool. It's, like you said, it's looking professional, The only thing is I need to find something up here, because when there's not a lot of not super chats, when there's not a lot of chat coming in, this is kind of empty, this part up here. But, yeah, I gotta find something to fill that space. I'll find something eventually, probably. But yeah, thank you though, Julian. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying that because I am too. So the Habs, like I said, they go to the power play, and Dach is hurt. Yeah, Dach gets hurt. Clear headshot by Ridly Greig. And yeah, it's called just that. It's a late one as well. And it's initially called 5 for interference, so they can review it. And it's reduced to 2 minutes. It's a 5-on-3 for Montreal, about a minute 40 something. Yeah. Standing at 6 foot something, weighing 285 pounds, from Montreal, Canada, Harry Rice. It's going pretty good, Darkness. Thank you for coming by, man. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Suns, ticker does go incredibly hard. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the ticker at the bottom. Ooh, I'm just noticing that Jersey and Rangers, a little bit of a shortness to the start of it. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I was actually funny, another behind-the-snes thing. I was a little bit worried that it wouldn't be able to read the full thing, because I've had that with regular OBS, where it cuts off at a certain point. I don't know why it does that on regular OBS, but you make a text document too long, it eventually cuts off. But with Streamlabs, thankfully it doesn't, so I can make a document as long as I want. So if there's ever, like, say for the trade deadline, I don't know if we have a game on the trade deadline that night. I think we might. I don't know. It's seemingly a roll of the dice which teams play on the deadline day. But if we do play on the deadline, I'm gonna need that, because in case there's like 15 like decent trades that go on, I gotta mark those down, and the scores, and of course, you know, trades that are made. So that's gonna be very, very fun. And so yeah, that's gonna be fun. So I'm glad that it allows me to make it basically as long as I want. So there's that. I also hope you guys are enjoying the stuff like this, like the points leaders, the gold leaders, the PIMS leaders. I hope you guys are enjoying that stuff. I might try and revise that for the regular season, to where it's not like blank leads NHL regular season scoring with blank in blank, and it's just maybe like top NHL scorer, player, team, points. Maybe I'll do something like that. But like I said, I'll try and this is basically just a demo season for this. I'll see if I can not necessarily just revise it, but I'll see what I can do to make it even better than it is. But I'm glad you guys like it. So Habs pressure. Heineman gets a good one-timer that's just wide after a good amount of passing to get it set up. Habs just don't get anything. Sends clear. Habs are 0 for 2 on the power play, and I believe with that, we are now 0 for 21 on the power play in preseason. I just realized I have my water, and I'm going to need it. So, yeah. 0 for 21 in preseason power play. Which I know, it's preseason, no need to freak, but, like, you probably want at least one goal on 21 attempts, which isn't good. So Greig comes out of the box, and there we go. Pizzetto wants him, tries to go at him. He's also going at it with McEwen, I believe it was. No, it was Jensen, sorry. Greig just backs down. He didn't want to fight, so Pizzetta is the only one that gets a penalty, unfortunately. Being a coward is not a penalty in the National Hockey League, even though, let's be honest, it really should be. Pizzetta gets called for 2 for roughing up Nick Jensen, weirdly enough. Sends into pressing. There's no shots there. Struble then levels Ridly Greig. Bro's coming. He's got the puck. Passes it, and boom. Just like a goddamn freight train, Jaden Struble just solidified that third line right D spot for himself. Yeah, Struble then has a nice board on the Senator. Habs were not taking any prisoners at this stage. Habs end up being 2 for 2 on the penalty kill throughout this segment of the game. And then right at the end of the period, because that penalty was with exactly 2 minutes left, end of the period, there's plenty of players on the ice. They jawed back and forth. I thought this could have gotten out of hand. Thankfully, it wouldn't, to an extent. But yeah, they were jawing at it, and yeah, a lot of players were trying to get at Ridly Greig. They wouldn't, and Pizzetta, weirdly the only player that comes out of that with a penalty. He's given a 10-minute misconduct. I'd assume because he left the box to go to the back and then engaged with Senators players. I'd assume that's why he gets a 10-minute misconduct. And yeah, so the shots just 4-3 for the Canadiens. There's a 1-0 lead though for the Canadiens after the first period as well. Pizzetta's 10-minute misconduct gets confirmed at the start of the second, and thankfully Kirby Dach is back. Kirby Dach is on the bench to start the second period. I actually think he took the opening faceoff, so that was really good. Habs early on get some chances. They have some momentum off of Dach being back. And then we score 4 minutes in. Kirby Dach buries it off Matthew Highmore. That beats Omar. Habs take the 2-0 lead. Dach and Armia with the assists on that one. So yeah, Dach gets a headshot, and in exchange he says thank you very much. Buries one past the Senators netminder. Dach's line presses again. They're getting some good looks. Not many shots, but they were really pressing. They looked quite solid. Armia, with Line A being out for the first couple months, might be that guy to jump onto that second line. Newhook might be on the third line. I think Waugh and Dach have good chemistry. I think it's clear that Waugh should make the roster. That second line could be Waugh, Dach, and Armia, with Newhook on the third line with Dvorak and Anderson. I don't want to punish Newhook, but don't want to punish Waugh either. So you got to have somebody on that third line to try and generate offense, and it might end up being Newhook there. Evans' line presses then as well. There's a break for Evans, but that gets stopped by Omar in the glove. There's a loose rebound. Gallagher nearly puts it home far side. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Habs pressure. Sens go the other way. There's a long shot. Primo makes the save. The shots at this point, I want to say we're 11-5 for the Canadiens. The Sens, like I said, were not getting much at all on the net. They looked bad at this stage. Or it might have been 10-5, something like that. It was not good for the Senators. Then the Habs go to the power play as Pinto's called for a trip on Engstrom. The Habs don't get much. Waugh gets left wide open, but the Habs can't find him. And here we go. With about 50 seconds into the power play, Arber Xhekaj with a beauty of a headshot, or near headshot it looked like, on Tim Stutzle. Xhekaj gets in there trying to mug Xhekaj, ends up jumping him. All he had to do was ask, and Xhekaj would have dropped the gloves. They actually do, and they end up just falling over after a minute. Not really much of an actual fight there, unfortunately. Yeah, and it's initially called a 5 in a game to Xhekaj. The refs review it. We see that Stutzle is up very shortly after the hit. He's down right up until Arber and Tkachuk go down, and then he gets up, and you can see he's kind of fine. Turns out, unfortunately, it wasn't actually a headshot with the shoulder or the elbow, as Xhekaj had extended the chicken wing. It's actually his own stick that hits him in the face. So Xhekaj with the shoulder hit, and the stick rides and just baffs him in the face. So actually it is technically a headshot. It's just not from Arber Xhekaj. So yeah. But somehow, the call is confirmed. Exactly, Julian. Yeah, Stutzle hits himself with a stick. But it's called. And you know what? It's preseason. I'm kind of fine with that because it's hilarious that Arber Xhekaj leads the league in penalty minutes with 44 in just 4 games now. If we could divide that, 44 penalty minutes. There's what did I get sent on Instagram? Let me look. Are we back? Okay, I do need someone to let me know, like, really quickly. Are we back, or is it I should say, people, if the stream is live, let me know that we're back. Because I feel like stream is struggling. Alright, well, you know what, that doesn't surprise me. We're back? Alright, Julian, perfect. I'm very glad that we are. Alright, perfect. So you guys can see me again. So say 20 and a half segments. 44 penalty minutes per 4 games. Arber Xhekaj is on pace for 902 penalty minutes this season. I think it's safe to say he's not getting there. However, that is his pace. 902 penalty minutes. Which, you know what? If he hit that, I'd be fine with that. I'd have no issue whatsoever. It means he's standing up for teammates. But yeah, no, there's he's probably gonna get suspended at least once this season. But hey, it means he's doing his job on the ice, and you gotta love it. So, unfortunately, and I didn't even know you can get called for this. Xhekaj's given 5 in a game. I knew you can get 5 in a game, but for interference, I didn't know you can get 5 in a game for interference. I thought it had to be checking from behind or a headshot. I as we saw last game on sportsmanlike conduct, you can get 5 in a game for. I did not realize interference you can get 5 in a game for. Xhekaj and Tkachuk also each get 2 for fighting. And yeah, so with that, they don't get 5 for fighting. They get 2 for roughing, sorry. They didn't get 2 for fighting. They got 2 for roughing, not 5 for fighting, which is kind of weird. They both dropped the gloves. I guess maybe because there wasn't really any actual punches thrown. I don't know. But with those penalty minutes now, Xhekaj with 5, you can see it down here at the bottom. 44 penalty minutes in 4 games, so yeah. Oh, Julian, exactly, yeah, dude. With the referees being useless, the sheriff's going to be making the law in town, exactly. And then when he's got the deputy, when he's got Florian up in a year, 2 years probably, oh God, you are not going to you're not going to want to mess with the Montreal Canadiens, because holy shit. And then if we somehow find a way to keep Pezzetta, and I just say somehow, not that like, oh, he might want too much money, no, just because we have so much talent, but you keep him and you get Luke Tuck on that 4th line, oh my God, dude, that is going to be nasty. Hey, Zarbian, how's it going, man? Appreciate it. I'm doing quite good, man. Hope you're doing good too. Julian, exactly, dude. You get Tuck, Pezzetta, the Xhekajs. Dude, that is 4 guys right there. And plus you include, like, Mayu, who's not afraid to go at it with anybody. Like, we got some tough boys on this team. Like, Slav as well, Dach, they're not afraid to drop the gloves and get physical. Like, whew. We're going to have guys where, Struble as well, if he's in the lineup consistently, Struble, like, half this team are going to be guys that will not be afraid to drop the gloves and defend a guy like a Caulfield or just, well, anybody that gets a hit on the team. They're not going to be afraid to step up and defend them. And God damn it, oh my God, I'm so happy that I am so happy we have Arber Xhekaj. I still can't believe, I watched that interview. I forget who he did the interview with, but he mentioned he had, not only did he turn down Florida, he had an offer from the Maple Leafs. He had an offer from the Maple Leafs. And he told, I forget if he told his agent, whoever it was, but no, I'm going to wait a couple days. And that's when Montreal ended up giving him that offer. And it's like, oh my God, dude. Xhekaj and Hudson both fucking spurn the Leafs? God, dude, how can you not love the future of the Canadiens' blue line? Like, oh my God. Oh yeah, Zarbian. Oh yeah, every Habs fan I think has seen that fight with Xhekaj. It's knocked the dude out. I forget if we one punched him or just knocked him out and then give him the little good night. I think he got suspended for that though, unfortunately. But yeah, unfortunately you won't see him doing that in the NHL, or fortunately, because it shows that he's matured. But unfortunately, won't be seeing him do that in the NHL. Where's the dollar? Did I drop my dollar? Keem's oh no, it's right here. I was about to say Keem's gonna find it in the woods, but yeah. By the way, I do want to say actually real quick, if you guys haven't watched it yet, the last live stream that we did for MCW opening night, if you guys would like to check that out, please do so. Ignore the opening like 6 minutes because there's technical difficulties on my end, unfortunately. But I will also be having an MCW specific channel. So, for example, everything that we do for the MCW will be specifically put up on this channel. But if you want to just watch it all on that channel, I'll be posting it on the MCW channel. Why both channels? Well, for people who might like the wrestling stuff but not the hockey content, you can go check it out over there. So yeah, I just prefer this as an all-in-one hub, I guess, for the Hero Race brand, really, because it's going to be a brand eventually. We're at 1,000 subscribers. We're nearing those watch hours. We're going to be quite good with the content and what we got coming out, and especially with the Days of Harry in December coming up. It's going to be quite exciting for sure. So yeah, the Sens with a 5-minute power play. They score. Michael Amadio off of a rebounded shot from Yakimchuk makes it 2-1. That was a pretty good shot by Yakimchuk and a good rebound. On their 7th shot, they get a goal. Pezzetta, who, by the way, when Xhekaj takes that major penalty, Pezzetta had 1 second left on his 10-minute misconduct. So Pezzetta in the box for the 1 second, and then he right when the puck dropped, I think just got off out of the penalty box, went right to the bench, and yeah, Pezzetta, who like I said, finally out of his 10-minute misconduct, has a good steal, ends up killing time shorthanded, just good small passes just to kill time. Love to see it. MCW looks cool. No idea what it is. Yeah, it's a professional wrestling league. It's a league where we've spent, I believe it was $15 million, something like that. We got a bunch of talent, and we kind of attributed the 2K23 servers for going offline, and yeah, we put in a lot of work. This has been something that me and Chef Camaro and Sons, we all worked on. We've been working on this for 6 months, and when it was said to everybody, the online servers are shutting down yesterday, the 30th, we said, all right, put this into action. We got to start this up soon. And yeah, we started it up soon. We've got that first pay-per-view opening night. We'll have some more stuff coming in the future. We've got a pay-per-view, another pay-per-view, election night. That's going to be on Tuesday, November the 4th. That's at 11 p.m. Because the Canadiens play that night, we're doing the recap at 10, and then I got to be out of there by 11 because we're doing the pay-per-view. And yeah, so best of luck to me, I guess you could say. And yeah, Julian, I'm glad you think it looks good and it looks cool, and check it out for sure, man. Check it out. Like I said, skip the first 6 minutes, just because like, yeah, it technical difficulties on my end, but thankfully we got it all figured out. The audio levels might be a little bit wonky, unfortunately, but that's stuff we can fix in the future for sure, though. And thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. Thank you for the congratulations. Zarbian Price is not coming back, unfortunately. It looks like his career has been done for the past 3 years, ever since the Stanley Cup Finals in 2021. Yeah. Unfortunately, just Price will not be coming back. His contract is on LTIR. I don't think it's on yet, but once the regular season starts, he can be on LTIR. And yeah, unfortunately, the Canadiens just lucked their way out of the one of the best goalies in franchise history. However, they do have Jacob Fowler in the system, so we will have we go from a top 5 goalie in the league to another top 5 goalie in the league in the future. So yeah, Pezzetta, like I said, kills time, and then the Sens score again. Adam Gaudette has a good shot that just ties the game in the slot. Beauty of a wrister puts it home top right shelf. 2 really good opportunities for Jaden Struble, kind of one-timing it in the right circle. He looks quite good. Struble playing hard to stay in the lineup for the opening night, and you know what? I think he played his way back into that role. First game looked a little bit off, but you know what? Yeah, I think he's pushed his way back into the lineup. So yeah, Habs then push hard. Juan Dach playing quite well together. This is where I put Newhook might need to play third line this season. Habs get some shots on net, but Armia keeping Ottawa within the game. And it looks like Montreal scores. Luke Tuck right at the buzzer tips a Struble shot home. It's a 3-3 tie game, but nope. Refs look at the replay because it's right at the buzzer. And unfortunately, time had just expired. Maybe 0.5 seconds before the goal is in the back of the net, unfortunately. Yeah, so that sucks. It's a 3-2 Senators lead after the second period, but the shots 20-14 for the Canadiens. And this is where it's confirmed during the second intermission. Both Tkachuk and Stutzle will not return to the game with injuries. Stutzle, kind of obvious, but Tkachuk, it's weird. I don't know if he got injured with the Xhekaj fight, if it was something beforehand. No pun intended. But, yeah, neither of them would return. And Shabbat was also not... is this at the point? No, this isn't the point where it happens. But there would be some more stuff going on in this game. Habs go to the PK early on. Armia is called 30 seconds in for a hook on Pinto. That sucks. They score. Carter Yakimchuk buries it on a really nice one-time shot past Primo on the right side. So the Habs are here 3 for 7 on the penalty kill tonight. That sucks. Sens press for a 3-goal lead, but Primo makes a good stop. Habs looked kind of deflated early. Then they go on the power play. Zub gets called for a hook on Jake Evans 7 minutes in. Canadians try to get set up. There's a good shot by Barry Boulet that just gets stopped by Ullmark. And then we get something that sucks. Something sucks. Who got fined on Montreal? Yeah, it was Arber Xhekaj, and it was not Florian. It was indeed Arber Xhekaj that got fined. So there's a 4-on-4 that turns into a Senators power play because Greig goes after Dach, ties him up, gives him a little hit. Dach just touches the skate blade. Greig takes a dive, and Dach gets called for the slash. And like I put in my notes, that is a dive if I've ever seen one. Habs are 0 for 5 on the power play tonight. 4-on-4, Sens try to push. Same on the power play. They just don't end up getting anything. But late in the penalty kill, Habs end up with a 3-on-2. Savard has a nice one-timer that's just stopped by Ullmark. Habs end up being 4 for 8 on the penalty kill, and that would be the last time they take a penalty in this game, I believe. No, it was not, actually. Wait. Oh, wait, no, yeah, 4 for 8. Yeah, no, we're fine. But yeah, sorry. I'm trying to correct my PK notes real quick while we're still doing the stream. So yeah, and then right out of the box, here we go. Dach and Greig. Greig grabs onto Dach, asks him if he wants to go. They agree. They drop the gloves, and Dach just feeds Ridly Greig. Like, seriously? Gives him a couple rights to start. Greig gets a couple shots in, but a couple uppercuts by Dach. Gives him some lefts afterwards. Like, oh my god, dude. Greig took a beating from Kirby Dach. They end up going down. Dach ends up on top. They both each get 5 for fighting and 10-minute misconduct. So that can end the Ridly Greig chapter of this game. We'll see if there's anything that happens Saturday. I would assume not, because he did fight. He literally fought the guy he hit, actually. So Dach took matters into his own hands because, let's be honest, Greig wouldn't want to fight someone like Pizzetta or Xhekaj because he's too much of a pussy. But, yeah, and this is also where it happens. Shabbat's not on the bench either, so maybe he blocked a shot or something, but he wasn't on the bench. I couldn't recall him getting hit or anything, so that was weird. So the Sens are out Tkachuk, Greig, Stutzle, and Shabbat. So they're missing some of their big boys now. Canadians end up getting a look. Waugh nearly finds one, but there's a good stop by Ullmark. There's another one that gets up in the air, but Ullmark just calmly grabs that one to glove that. There's then a good deke by Yakimchuk. The 18-year-old looks very impressive. I think he has, 5 points in 3 games. If Luka was here, he'd be able to tell me, but Yakimchuk looks pretty good. I still wouldn't play him in the NHL because the NHL is very hard on 18-year-old defense. Back down to juniors, personally, myself, but if he makes the roster, really can't blame him because he's had a very good preseason. And then the Sens score. Jake Sanderson buries one off of a really nice passing play. Nope. Coach's challenge for offside, and very quickly on the replay, the refs see it's indeed offside. Josh Norris is the one who comes offside. Oh, I should actually mention as well for Josh Norris, surprisingly, didn't get hurt tonight, so that's a plus for him. But apparently his shoulder had a lot of that, like, surgical tape on it. That stuff where it's like, it's the black tape, but it's got like a little white marking on it. That he apparently was very, very bandaged up, or taped up, I guess you could say. And yeah, so it's a 4-2 game with that goal being called off. Habs pressed for the 1-goal deficit, but a lot of missed passes, especially in the middle of the third. This just wasn't looking good. But then we score all of a sudden out of nowhere. A couple good presses, and Oliver Kapanen on the doorstep just puts one home off a Waugh rebound. Waugh takes the shot. Kapanen just buries it top right before Ullmark can get the shoulder up. Waugh Newhook assists that one, and with 6:05 left in the game, it's 4-3 Montreal, 4-3 Ottawa. However, Logan Mailloux then takes a penalty with 5:30 left. It's a trip on Michael Amadio. He gets a good one. Habs end up clearing. Sens just don't look great on the penalty kill. Habs are 5 for 9. A lot of power plays in this game, and most of them went to the Senators because the Habs can't get momentum, because why should the refs give them anything? Canadians then got kind of desperate with 3 minutes left. Great stop by Linus Ullmark on Jake Evans. Sort of does the Carey Price flash the glove, but he's sitting, gloves it, and around the world. On a really good centering shot. Great glove stop by Ullmark. Habs end up calling a timeout with 1:30 in the game. We press for the tying goal. There's a couple shots, but just nothing getting past Linus Ullmark. There's an icing on the Sens with 20 seconds left. Habs win the faceoff. Sens clear with 7 seconds left. There's a puck out of play, so the faceoff to the right of Ullmark. Gallagher has a bad pass to the blue line. Tries to set it up for Struble. I think Mayu on the pass. Can't do it. That ends the game. The Sens win it 4-3 in regulation. However, your final shots are actually 32-16 for the Montreal Canadiens. So Linus Ullmark doing what he does best in stealing this game. Don't know if he'll be able to do that for the whole regular season for the Sens, because clearly, judging off their defense, they're going to need it. We'll see if that happens, though. So, yeah, we're going to get right into the final stats and whatnot, and then we'll work our way on out of here. So, if anybody's got any comments or questions, post them in the chat now. Barre Boulet and Oliver Kapanen each lead the Canadiens with a goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Michael Pezzetta and Kirby Dach each with 2 goals, and I just realized I should probably be looking at the Canadiens' X account just in case they've posted anything about guys getting sent down, because I know we were live last game when they posted that they had sent down like 20 players or something like that. So, yeah, there we go. So 24 minutes ago, forwards Lucas Kandata and Luke Tuck have been loaned to the Laval Rocket. That was kind of expected. They just need a couple forwards to play this game, so yeah, expect the full roster to be playing on Saturday, I guess, unless it's a thing where they get loaned because Laval's training camp is happening, and then they get called up again, say, on Saturday morning, and they're playing in the lineup Saturday night. But who knows? We'll see. It's not really that big of a deal anyways. They're playing on the 4th line. I thought they had good games, actually. I thought Tuck played well, especially. But yeah, Emil Heineman, Nick Suzuki, and Luke Tuck each have a goal and assist. Jared Davidson, William Trudeau, Lane Hudson, Joshua Waugh, and Yoel Armia each with 2 assists on the year so far. David Savard, Josh Anderson, Christian Dvorak, and Jake Evans each with a goal. Logan Mailloux, Xavier Simoneau, and Owen Beck each with an assist. Kirby Dach, Josh Anderson, Arber Xhekaj, and Juraj Slavkovsky each with a fight in preseason so far. So it's not surprisingly with no points. However, he only played 2 games, and yeah. Caden Primo, Jakob Dobesh, Sam Montembeault, and Connor Hughes each with a shutout as well. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's stream, you guys. Thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Not a lot of viewers this game, surprisingly, but you know what? It's like 10. It's a Tuesday night. Doesn't really surprise me. We will be back, of course, on Saturday. I might do a stream, maybe Thursday or Friday if I'm feeling up for it. Might do an afternoon type of stream just to maybe play some games. We'll see. I don't know yet. But, yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and everything which includes. But it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Roy. Subscribe to join the Puff Club, the Hasty Club, the Hubbub, the D Nation. If you remember the Mod Squad, thank you for running comments and change videos is much greatly appreciated. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Links in the description. Please check those out. Much greatly appreciated. Oh, actually, I should say, technically, tomorrow, if I get it filmed and edited in time, 365 Days, 365 Movies might be out tomorrow. Maybe that'll be the video I wait until Wednesday or Thursday. Or Thursday or Friday, I should say. But yeah, I will have that. And yeah, that'll be fun. Of course, it's Spoopy month. It's October now, so expect October's 365 Days, 365 Movies to be a vast majority horror films, of course. Grinch, thank you, man. Thank you for coming by. Good night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a wonderful night, my good sir. So yeah, there's that. Like I said, those videos are coming out. I'm also going to be working a lot more on Days of Harry. So yeah, that's going to be fun. That's good. That's something for you guys to look forward to in December. So yeah, guys, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Rice, and I am out. I'm already out. Always remember, no matter how bad we were last year, how okay we'll be like this year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys again for watching. My name's Rice again, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye.